This month's 10th anniversary of Clockenflap gives us an opportunity to look back at the decade in which the event evolved into Hong Kong's biggest annual music and arts festival. While there have been many highlights during the past decade, here are 10 of the most memorable moments which took place during the first 10 years of the festival. 10. She Said Yes. During US hip-hop outfit Black Alicia's 2015 performance, backing vocalist Jumbo seized the moment to propose to one of the outfit's female singers. It was one of those very public proposals that could have gone horribly wrong. Luckily for him, it didn't. 9. Making It Rain. US rapper A$AP Rocky's 2015 show was a feast for the senses, performed on a stage styled like a classic American diner, and it came to a head when he showered the audience with a storm of faux banknotes bearing his dreadlocked likeness. 8. That 70s show. Young British rockers, the 1975 were still very much an up-and-coming band when they appeared at Clockenflap in 2013. Not that you'd have known that from the reception they received from the local fans, who greeted them, much to their obvious surprise, like the megastars they soon would become. Clockenflap headliner Feist on her Hong Kong debut, Apple and a new musical direction. 7. They've Got Soul. De La Soul were the first big hip-hop act to play Clockenflap, and their infectious, soulful set in 2012 brought a smile to thousands of faces. Particularly when they decided to play musical statues with the crowd, not exactly something you see often at hip-hop shows. 6. FYHK Trippy rockers the Flaming Lips have always been famed for their live shows, and they went all out at Clockenflap in 2014, filling the stage with giant dancing creatures and blasting out an ocean of confetti. We knew we were in for a wild ride when singer Wayne Coyne took to the stage carrying an array of metallic balloons reading F Yeah Hong Kong. 5. Blue Sunday. New Order's performance in 2015 was the British dancer rock outfit's first larger-scale show in Hong Kong, so emotions were always going to run high when their local fans finally got to experience them live. But not many could have expected the rapturous response as they closed the Sunday night of the festival with a 1980s classic, Blue Monday. 4. Everybody Dance Now. Electronic musician Dan Deacon got the party started early on the Saturday afternoon in 2014 with some of his famous audience activity sessions. After creating a clearing in the middle of the crowd, Deacon presided over some of the funniest dance competitions you'll ever see. Not a single face was left without a smile. Danish star Moso, so excited to perform at Clockenflap Festival, see Hong Kong, and try the food. 3. The brothers worked it out. Epic was the word most used to describe the 2016 festival closing set by British electronic duo The Chemical Brothers. As they blasted out highlights from their extensive back catalogue over mind-bending visuals while flanked by 2 giant laser-eyed robots, the audience was left breathless by the sheer sensory overload. 2. We Can Be Heroes. Perhaps the most moving Clockenflap moment came in 2013 when disco icons Nile Rodgers and Chic were joined on stage by the Unsung Heroes, a choir made up of Hong Kong domestic helpers. The performance was filmed for the recently released documentary titled The Helper, and we defy anyone to watch the show without shedding a tear. 1. Dark Side of the Moon. For the defining moment of the first decade of Clockenflap, it's hard to beat the lunar eclipse that occurred during the performance by Bombay Bicycle Club in 2011. As the moon slipped behind the shadow of the Earth while the British band drove the crowd into a frenzy, the eclipse provided a good omen for the future of the festival during its first installment at West Kowloon. Clockenflap, November 17 to 19, Central Harbourfront, $980 Friday general admission to $1,830 3-day general admission, Ticket Flap.